Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to show you a game played between Keres versus Effim. This game was played in Moscow 1962, and in this game you will see how to develop your pieces, control the center, attack your opponent, and really playing this game has nothing but simple center controlling moves which won the game for Keres. So we have d4, knight to f6, d4. This move controls the e5 square, c5 square, and a knight to f6 is controlling e4 square and d5 square. So c4, this move is preventing black to play e5, d5, e6. Black is preparing to play d5, knight to f3, controlling the e5 square again with the knight, d5, knight to c3, adding more pressure to the d5 square, c5. Black is willing to give a flank pawn of c5 to carry white away from the center of controlling the e5 square. So c takes d5. White is sticking to the plan of controlling the center. He is giving up his flank pawn to remove one of black's center pawn. Knight takes d5, d3, knight to c6, bishop to c4, knight takes c3, b takes c3, bishop to e7. Both sides get castled. Then we have e4, b6. Black is trying to develop the bishop on b7 square because the light squared bishop, which is on c8 square, cannot be developed on the c8 h3 diagonal because of the pawn that is on e6 square is blocking the bishop. So black is trying it hard to develop the bishop from c8 h3 diagonal. So instead he goes to a8 h1 diagonal, bishop to b2. White is also preparing to develop the dark squared bishop, although it may seem that the bishop on b2 square is awkward, but this bishop, when this pawn will get removed or get exchanged, then we'll see that this bishop on b2 square is attacking the king, slicing the king. Just see these two bishops and just imagine that there were no pawns. Bishop to b7, black develops as planned. Queen to e2, white is just developing his pieces. He will now bring the rook to the middle of the board. Knight to f5. This move hits the bishop also, although black cannot take the bishop because the queen is protecting the bishop. But we have bishop to d3, saving the bishop. Rook to c8, and black is also bringing his rook to the center. Rook a to d1, c takes d4, c takes d4, bishop to b4. With this move, black is preparing to develop his queen to e7 square and also preventing white to play rook to e1 square. d5, e takes d5, e takes d5, queen to e7. He developed his queen and also asking white to please exchange the queens. And so white declines by playing knight to e5. White says, no, I won't. I'm enjoying my position. f6. This is the move that you must not play. Queen to h5. H takes g6. G6. With this move, black is hitting the queen. So both of white's pieces are hanging now, the knight on e5 and the queen on h5. Why black didn't take the knight on e5 with the f pawn? If f takes e5, then bishop takes h7 check, king h8, bishop to g7, king g8 is forced, and queen h7 is a very beautiful checkmate. So that is why we have g6 and knight takes on g6, sacrificing the knight for attack. H takes g6, bishop takes g6, queen to g7, rook to d3, planning to bring the rook to g3 square and pinning the black queen with a king. Bishop to d6, preventing white to play rook to g3. f4, stopping the threat of white is trying to play rook to g3 and the bishop was preventing, so white prevents the bishop to control the g3 square. Queen to h8, black is desperately trying to exchange off the queens of the board. Queen to g4, pinning, trying to pin and give a discovered check with the bishop. Bishop to c5 check, king to h1, rook to c7, trying to swing the rook from c7 to g7. Bishop h7 check, king to f7. This is the only good move and only the saving move. If king takes on h7, then rook to h3 is checkmate. So king to f7, and we have queen to e6 check, preventing black to escape from the danger. King to g7 and rook to g3, and in this position Effim resigned the game, because if king takes on h7, then queen h3 is a very beautiful checkmate. So you saw how simple developing moves can crush every single one. So whenever we play, develop all of your pieces towards the center and control the center very well. If you do that, then you can win games easily. Thank you. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.